Oh, Tuesday Talks at 10:30. I come to you every Tuesday at 10:30 and we talk about different things. And I was just talking to somebody the other day and I'm like, gosh, I feel like I have a lot to say. And today is not like any, or is not unlike any other day where I have a lot to say. Good morning, good morning. I'm starting to see you guys pop on. Hello, hello. But we're going to talk about manifestations. We're going to talk about how to manifest things. And it should be an interesting conversation. So yesterday I was at Hershey Park with all of my crew, my husband, my kids, my grandkids, and we had a great time. And I thought to myself, this is why last week I had an idea for 3 different things that I should talk about so that I could do one of them today, because by the time I got home last night, my brain was just like, and was not up to thinking about what to write about. So I'm going to use one that of the 3, gosh, what's going on here, that I had written the other day. I look a little haggard, but that's cool. We're good. Everybody hear me? We're good. We're good. We're good. So for those of you joining for the first time, my name is Stacy Niedenthal. I'm an evidential medium, spiritual healer, and child of God. I have the ability to channel spirit using love and light for my higher good and the higher good of those that God puts in my path. I'm not the medium that says, I see death all around you and you're going to be dead in 10 days. My gift, my prayer is always that God and spirit and angels bring in the most loving message to help your spirit heal. Most people who come to me are either at a crossroads looking for direction or they want to connect with someone on the other side. Today, this is Tuesday Talks at 10:30, where I just sit and I talk to you. This is not an angel card reading. This is not a mediumship reading. This is just a conversation that I have with myself, with you all, using my guides and my angels to talk to you about different things. So if this is the first time that you've been on, put a 1. So after the Tuesday Talks, I can personally welcome you. Feel free to share the site. We do have a lot of great upcoming things that are coming up. That sounds kind of weird, but hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Tuesday. It is July 16th. It is my grandson's 12th birthday. That's one of the reasons why we went to Hershey Park yesterday. We were celebrating my granddaughter, who was 9, and his birthday. So that's why we got out and, got grounded, got connected together. So before I start, let me just talk to you about some things that are upcoming. Thursday night here at Hip Gypsy Emporium, we have a gallery reading, and there are still plenty of seats that are available. July 29th and 30th, I'm in Bel Air, Maryland. I have a few privates, a few seats left in the, what do you want to call it, the intimate group reading. August 1st, I'm going to be in Camp Hill at Crystal Cove Collectibles. Seats available there. August 15th, I am joining with Rose Claire, who is also an evidential medium, and we are doing a gallery Zoom. So if you're not local in the area, you can join through Zoom. Now, this is the first time I'll be doing a Zoom gallery, and so, we might have a couple things to work out, but you can be there in the comfort of your own home, whether you're in Pennsylvania, whether you're in Maryland, whether you're in New York, wherever you are. She's actually in Florida. So we can come together through this Zoom and do a gallery reading. Then, I'm very excited. We have the Women's Retreat in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee that we're putting together. That's August 17th, 18th, and 19th. We're going to be doing gallery readings, a past life regression class, as well as a group past life regression, a full moon release. We're going to be talking about meditation. We're going to have a drum circle. We're going to talk about different energies, journaling, all different types of things wrapped up into 3 days. But we give you plenty of time to go out and see Pigeon Forge. We're literally less than a mile away from Dollywood. So all information on all of these events is on the website, connectingtospiritwithstacy.com. I believe that keeps coming up in the notes. You can also look at the events here on my social media, but gosh, we would love to have you join all of these. Denise and I are working extremely hard to make this women's retreat special. We've got the gift bags pretty well all together, and certain things that you're going to get, and planning the food, and just all kinds of fun things so that we can unite together. We are manifesting the retreat, right? So what better way to talk about manifestation and also talk about the retreat? So if you're interested in any of these events, go on the website, click events, get your tickets, get your space. If you have questions, email or private message me. I'll put you in the right direction and we can move on from there. So for the past couple weeks, I have pulled a card for myself, and it keeps going back and forth between these two cards. So the cards are something that I'm going to speak about, as well as manifesting. So we all have the inherent need to want to grow and be better and to evolve and to make a difference and to see a difference within ourselves. We don't want to be the same old person, from childhood to adulthood to old age. We want to leave our mark somehow, our footprint of who we are and what we accomplished and what difference we made in the world. Am I right there? We don't want to just be the same person. So there's two cards that I kept pulling when I'm talking about the women's retreat. And I know eventually I will have a couples retreat or, a men and women's retreat. We just haven't figured it out yet. So, and this is from the Archangel Michael Swords of Light deck, which is by Radleigh Valentine. And the one card that keeps coming up is Stay the Course. And I love this because it says, don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're having a bumpy start. Learn from your experience and keep going. So when I'm talking about the women's retreat, we've been promoting this since maybe February. And my goal is to have 15 to 20 women. Right now, I think we have 6 or 7. We still have plenty of time, but I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I thought it would sell out right away. And a couple of the spots did sell right away. And the first thing says, don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're having a bumpy start. Learn from your experience and keep going. This is the first women's retreat that we have put together. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to worry about this. I know that the people who are meant to be there will be there. When Denise and I do the intimate group readings, and that's always been the thing. Whoever needs to be there will be there. Sometimes we have 10 people at the intimate group. Sometimes we have 13. Sometimes we have 5. Sometimes we have people that say, oh, I need to come, and we're sold out. Look, I can't have any more people here when we do the intimates. Gallery readings are a totally different thing, where we might have 35 or 40 people. But one time in particular comes to mind where we had an intimate group reading and we had 5 tickets sold that right off the bat. And then all of a sudden, no more tickets sold. Well, let me tell you, it was one of the most beautiful readings that I ever did. All 5 of these women who came none of the 5 knew each other, but they all connected with horses. They all connected with a certain person that they knew. They had one person had actually rented a horse from them. And it was such a beautiful reading, and it was so intense that if there would have been 5 more people there, it would have taken away from it. So I have to stand firm in saying, stay the course. What I try to manifest is the healing message that you need, you will receive. It is not about the number of people who are there. It's about the reading and the healing that you receive. So I always have to stay the course with that. So let's roll back here. And we're talking about manifesting the goals and your inner potential. So when you manifest, you want to have clarity on your goal. What do you want to achieve? Set your intention, not only consciously, but subconsciously. So you want the mouth, what you're saying, and what you're thinking to be on the same path. And the mind tends to wander sometimes. So when the mind tends to wander, that's when you have to stand firm and go, no, I set my intention for this. I'm going to stand in faith and know that this is accomplishable. You heard me say last week that I heard a quote, and I have to go back and find out who said this. I wish it was me. But your vision is not what you see with your eyes open. Your vision is what you see when your eyes are closed. What do you visualize? What do you see happening? Oops. What do you see yourself achieving? Sorry, I just lost all of the comments. There we go. I got it. All right. Good morning to everybody who's watching. Another thing is determine your action. So you can set a goal. You can say, oh, this is what I want. But if you don't set an action behind it, all it is a dream. And in this particular handout that I have, this thing that I read, it calls it determined action and sacrifices of love. You need to put love into it. You need to sacrifice certain things, maybe some of your time, so that you can proactively concentrate on what you want to accomplish. Remove inner obstacles, doubt, worry, what other people are saying. Employ efforts and program. So employ efforts. So you're giving yourself the job to manifest the things that you want to accomplish. Perseverance. Don't give up. Stay the course, right? Don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going. This is our first women's retreat. Denise and I and my husband Jeff, we're going to learn from mistakes that we made, and then we're going to have thoughts later of, oh my gosh, the next one is we're going to do this. 7, have patience. We don't always have enough patience. We want what we want yesterday. When we decide what we want to accomplish, it's like we need to hurry up and get it. And then there needs to be a detachment from the results. Because the results, no matter how good or how bad they are, they're a learning experience. They are not defeat. So you have to detach from it, not blaming yourself for something that you could have done better. Have the thought process that everything that happened the way that it should happen. All right, so step 1, we go back to step 1. Determining and clarifying your goals. So start by making a list of your goals. What do you want? And try your hardest not to let ego get involved. If you're manifesting a relationship, manifest how you want the relationship to feel, to look like. Not what you want the person to look like. Okay? How do I want to feel in this relationship? Where do I want this relationship to go? Maybe you want to have financial security. Doesn't mean you're going to say, I'm going to manifest a Tesla. First, let's manifest being able to pay the bills. Standing firm and knowing that whatever you need will be given to you when you need it. Is it a want or is it a need? So there's just some different examples. And say to yourself, why do I want to accomplish these? What is the outcome of accomplishing these? I'll feel better about myself. I'll be able to help others. I'll be able to break the curse, if you want to call it, of the family. Have you ever met someone in a family who the whole family lineage struggled financially until all of a sudden someone was able to break that financial curse because they weren't just going to go along with what the status quo was? If you look around, just at my background, and I know it's a little messy, but if you look around at some of these are constant reminders of who I am and what I want to accomplish. So you'll see over here, manifesting, what does it say? Manifesting Your Magical Life. That's also by Radleigh Valentine. And there's different things that are in there that talk about how to manifest different things. Let's see. Here is Alice in Wonderland. That's Alice. I think Denise gave me this set. You hear me talking often that I look towards Alice because Alice had to fall down a very deep hole before she found Wonderland. So it's that constant reminder. You see feathers. I should have thought about this. You see feathers so that I can sage negative thoughts that are around me. I'm surrounded in this office by the color yellow. Sun, brightness, energetic. You see angels down here, right? And the one angel is holding a septarian egg. And the septarian stone represents what things that you're in your past that you need to walk through. So I surround myself with the things that I love. You can't see it, but I have a gong that's over there. And just my office, I mean, I've got Tom Petty right here, and I've got the ocean here, and I have a third eye here. I want to have my office and your surroundings as a vision board. I mean, think about the things that you surround yourself in your home. That's your vision board. It's selfless love of things that I love and I want to constantly have around me. So once you determine what your goal is going to be, then you want to clarify some goals. So set some present goals. Inner potential. I want to grow from this. I'm tired of being stuck in this situation. Why do I constantly rewind and do the same mistakes over and over and over again? It is taking that inner look within and saying, what do I do all the time to have the same outcome? What can I change? What is the first goal I would like to achieve? And it's determining and it's clarifying and it's understanding the why behind it. You want to understand why you want to manifest this. Why is this important to you? And really meditate on it and think about it. Why is this so important to me? Well, let's take the women's retreat. Why is it important to me? It's important to me that we can gather together to help heal one another. Healing sucks. Pain sucks. You feel like you're alone sometimes. But if we can gather together as people who are on a similar journey and show strengths for those who have weaknesses and vice versa, and let each other know that we're not alone, that we're working on this together, what a wonderful place this would be. If we could give a hand up to others, if we could come together in love and energy and open our minds to other things, how beautiful would that be? So think about the why behind it. Happiness, satisfaction, self-worth, breaking a generational curse. Maybe you don't want to be like your family, whatever your parents went through. Maybe you don't want your kids to suffer the way that you suffered. We all want our kids to have better things than what we did. So in order for them to have better things than what we did, we need to continually push to be better, to set examples, right? Inner fulfillment, long-term happiness, a greater freedom, recognition of others. I don't know, when I think about recognition of others, that always makes me feel like that's ego. But to have your parents or a brother or sister or someone say, man, I'm really proud of you, and mean it, okay? So that's the first thing. You're determining it. Sometimes the goals might not be for you. Maybe they're for other people. Really look and see if this goal is for you or if it's for someone else. So if you want to accomplish something for someone else, is it ego or is it to help them? If it is to help someone else, why? Maybe, and I was talking to a woman the other day who has this wonderful idea, and I'm not going to give you her idea, but she wants to set up this center so that she can reach a certain amount of people that are not touched right now, not reached, and help them to grow. So her vision is to help others to get out of a situation that they are in. Right? So Is that her? No, she came up with this idea. And like I said, the idea, you want to hit yourself on the head and go, oh my God, I wonder why nobody ever thought of that before. So if you have to look at if you're doing it to help others, or if you're doing it because someone expects this of you. Maybe all your life when you were growing up, your parents were like, I want a doctor in the family. You need to be a doctor. And you've set this goal to be a doctor not because you want to be one, but because it's something that your parents want. Looking at the passion there. Is it to please or is it to help? And then decide if the goal is worth pursuing. And it's adding different notes. Is it moving forward? How can you work on this? So you've set your goal. Now you need to set your intentions. Subconsciously and consciously. I want to commit to this amount of time per week, per day, per month in accomplishing my goal. And you're setting the intention and you're concentrating on this goal. And you want to make sure the goal that you set for yourself is not so over the top that it gives you anxiety and makes you want to quit. Make it realistic. Maybe you say, I'm going to take, 1 hour a day and write some notes about this. Or I'm going to read some books. I'm going to commit to reading 2 books a month about growing in this. I'm going to take 1 class this semester. And it's committing and it's visualizing the goal. Intentionally, consciously, and subconsciously. So that consciously you're seeing it. Maybe you write a mantra out that says, I vow to commit this amount of times and I'm going to visualize the goal. Maybe you're going to meditate on it. Maybe put sticky notes around about this. Maybe have a visual, a manifestation board, a visualization board. And I'm going to show you mine. So we'll talk about that. Okay? Step 3 is determining the actions and the sacrifice of love. So actions that you need to take in order to make this manifestation work. What do you need? You need to sacrifice love. You need to put your passion, your love into it. You can't do it just because, and it annoys you, and this is what other people think. But it's finding that passion behind it. Study, take courses, develop some type of a discipline, network with other people who do similar things. Work hard. One of the things was wake up early. That's not a me thing, but I'm a late night person, so I might be studying and reading then. Overcome your fears. If you're going to manifest something that puts you in front of a lot of people, but you have a fear of being in front of a lot of people, it's time to start working through that little by little. Work through your fear of being around a lot of people. Sometimes you can just do a live on Facebook. So I'm in front of a lot of people, but they're not like here in my face. Make sense? Overcome attachments. Those things that maybe you were told when you were younger that you weren't good enough, that you would never amount to anything. Oh, let someone else do that. Oh, you don't have enough money for that. Why would you do that? Why would you help someone else? Getting rid of those detachments. Admit your faults. Admit your faults. So there are things in my life that I've been open and honest with you all on Tuesday Talks at 10:30 or doing a reading that maybe that I had kept hidden for years and years and years. But in me admitting my faults and talking to you about it, it releases it and it helps me heal. Plus it also lets you know, oh my God, somebody else has been through this. The third subject that we were going to talk about last week was, are you alone or are you a loner? And maybe that'll be next week's, maybe it'll be the following week's. But it is really taking that look down within you. And I've taken several inner journeys within myself to look at different things. If I was being fair, if I was being jealous, if I was being protective, If I had too many boundaries up, was I being nasty? Was I being short? Was I being helpful? Why did all of this start? Why? And I look at all this, and it brings certain timelines back in my memory bank that I remember the why. And then I have to honestly say to myself, do you want to hold on to this crap? Do you want to have this in your life for the rest of your life? Is this who you identify with? Or do you want to overcome it? Do you want to be a victim? Or do you want to be an overcomer? Do you want to be a victim? Or do you want to be a survivor? Do you want to be a victim? Or do you want to help people survive? Do you want to be a victim? Or do you want to heal and help others heal? These are all things that roll around in my head at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, that I write about, that I talk about. I mean, I've got the 2 books out now. My Head Knows But My Heart Still Hurts, 30-Day Grief Recovery Journal. And I have the Crystal Addiction Diary. I'm working on 2 more books, trying to talk my husband into another book. I've got a lot of new things that are coming out. And sometimes when I start manifesting one thing, other things roll into it. So I have to say, okay, let's pull back the reins a little bit, because I start to get anxiety, but I see so many opportunities and so many things that I would like to be able to share with the world. Like I said, I got a lot to say. And whether you want to hear me or not, I'm not telling you have to listen and do. I'm just saying, hear what I have to say, and then ponder it and think about it and make your own decisions. So, determine the actions and the sacrifice of love. Maybe less food, less TV, less rest or sleep, less money for other needs, giving things up, whether it's alcohol or cigarettes or other things, so that you can focus on one thing. But it's being able to put love into it. If you have no passion behind it, it's going to fizzle out. You have to spark that light, to light that match. How many times do you hear me say, I hope that you live the life you love and love the life you live? If you don't love it, you're going to be miserable. If you don't love it, change it. We are here for a very, very short time on this earth. Why not make the best of it? Why be miserable all your life? Change it, right? And I know there are some situations that it's hard to change, whether it's a health issue or, but ask for help, visualize, manifest different things, and watch the angels show up for you. Watch God say to you, I was waiting for you to have enough, and say, help me. And I use this example a lot of times when I'm doing readings. When people ask, well, Archangel Michael never comes in and helps me. Have you asked? If you have children and you're seeing them struggle with homework or with a puzzle or doing something, and you're sitting there and you're going, oh my gosh, I could fix that in 2 minutes. But I need to let them learn how to problem solve and fix it themselves. They'll ask me when they need me. Don't you think God's the same way? They haven't asked. She hasn't asked me for help yet. She's trying to figure it out. Ask. Inner obstacles, huge inner obstacles. You need to remove the inner obstacles. We are the worst critics of ourselves. There's techniques for overcoming lack of self-confidence. There's things that you can do to help your abilities, your power, your virtues, your qualities, your talents, your inner strength. Oh, I'm so sorry. And all these things that come together within you. It's getting those qualities so that you're able to manifest the best you. So, I have an analogy would be an inner lake full of various qualities and abilities that is already ready to flow outward and manifest in your daily life. But there's a certain obstacle that prevents the flow. Maybe the water is dammed up. Our job is to remove the obstacle, right? So you want to remove it. Remove inner obstacles. Self-doubt. Okay? It is okay to change the things that you are doing, but try not to be so critical on yourself. And if you are critical, change it and then move on from it. Forgive yourself. So that's removing the inner obstacles. And there's lots of different things that we can do there. Employ efforts and program. Now, you want to put direct energy into doing this. Direct your energy into changing it. Positive thoughts, positive actions. And you know what? How do I say this? Positivity does not always win the race. But if you can look at the pluses over top of the minuses, it will equal success. We always look at the minuses. All right? Perseverance. Don't give up. Persevere. Keep going. Tweak the things that you need to tweak a little bit. But don't give up on your goals. Keep going. Be patient. Right? Be patient with yourself. Allow yourself to sit back and say, it's going to happen. Then you want to detach from the result to that identifies your self-worth. So maybe the result isn't as good as what you thought it was going to be. Don't think, I'm never going to do anything like that ever again because I failed. No. You learned a lesson. You allowed yourself to move forward. Just take a stand back and learn. And it says sometimes you need to accept not getting what you want and experience a self-worth, security, and happiness without before you can manifest what you want. Also remember, anxiety about the result distracts you from the focus that you put your best foot forward. So that is how you manifest. Okay? So I talked about the other card besides for the one that says stay the course, don't panic. The other card that I keep pulling is put your creative energy into action. And these are Archangel Michael cards. And I just kind of want to read this. It says Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, to help you communicate your vision and motivate you to create something beautiful. So, Michael, you are at the point, am I right? Yes. You are in the point of your life where you need to be creative. I have been giving you this message repeatedly, which I think is funny because I keep pulling these two cards, because it relates to your life purpose. However, it may seem difficult to find inspiration or motivation to act upon it. I will use my sword of light to remove your self-doubt and your energetic blocks to your creativity. Also, my sister, Archangel Gabrielle, is the perfect one to help you right now. Gabrielle says, I am the Archangel of creativity, communication, and motivation. I can help you create a beautiful work of art, communicate your vision with the perfect words in writing or in public speaking, and most importantly, feel the impulses to help you get it done. Whenever you need a brilliant stroke of inspiration or someone to give you a little angelic push, I am here for you. Let me blow my copper trumpet to fire you up in the passion and help you make amazing creation. So when it talks about your creative energy, doesn't necessarily mean artwork. It means, what are you creating within inside of yourself? What are you manifesting within yourself? What are your inner goals? What do you want to do? So, I told you I would share my vision board, and it's not a board, it's a couple pieces of paper that I put together, and I know it's going to be kind of wonky for me to do this. Okay? So, this is for the women's retreat. Right? So, I want 20 women. So, you see I've got numbers. Oh, goodness. There's number 20. But I have certain names on different numbers, right? Because this is who joined up. I want it to be a tranquil setting. It's going to be relaxing. Magic begins here. I say, I wanted my garden to be a place of inspiration and respite that would be a joy for everyone in the neighborhood. So all of these things, I've got this woman, sitting crisscross applesauce with a cup of coffee, leaning back. Earth angels, we're going to talk about earth angels. tranquil sanctuary. We're going to talk about traditions. I've got here, if great grandma would talk, what would she say? That's going to be about the past life regressions. Or it's about the gallery readings. Maybe your great grandma is going to come through. I wanted to create a home that was authentic, welcoming, and light. So the home that I want to create is for this women's retreat. You can see where there's like this couch here that looks like it's comfy and cozy. What do I have down here? Stay the same. I have stayed the same, but my resources have changed. I have a piece of paper down here with a feather where we're going to journal and we're going to talk about different things. I have the date, October 19th to the 30th. I'm sorry, October 16th to the 19th. And then I have the different things that we're going to do. So this is kind of what my vision board is. This is what I want to visualize. You know, it's not just going to be me speaking and teaching. It's going to be those that are coming that are growing and sharing as well. So, you know, I've got Magnolia Place, Pigeon Forge. That's where we're going to be. I have here, there will be a whole new world of inspiration around me, because I don't just want to inspire those who are coming. I want those who are coming to inspire me as well. To, you know, band together, to talk, to, you know, what is the other one I have? The truth is that you are truthfully amazing. So, you know, we're going to be creating a vision board if you want to. It says only a whisper away. That's what the women's retreat is going to be about, because I say all the time, your loved ones are only a whisper away. We're going to be talking about how to get balanced, so it's balancing. We will be staying in a lodge style combination. So, you know, all these things that I have on here. There's a drum down here because we're doing a drum circle. I have a fireplace on here, or a fire that is, I don't know where it is, but there's a pond and a lake and flowers and, you know, earth angels. And we're going to be creating maybe mandalas and different things, and, you know, or labyrinths. But we're going to be creating all these different memories together so that we can manifest goals of healing together, apart, however you want to look at it. So when Archangel Michael was saying stay the course, manifest, when I'm getting the card that says put your creative energy into action, when I got this, that's when I created the vision board. You know, I talk about vision boards all the time, and then I thought, well, shoot, I didn't create one for the women's retreat. I need to do that. So I did. I created the vision board, and I have it up here on my bulletin board so I see it all the time. I pulled it down to show it to you guys, but it's creating, it's a process to manifest your inward goals and your outward goals. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want your blueprint to be? Who are you right now? Maybe the blueprint that you were given at birth is not the blueprint you want to continue with. Maybe you want to erase some of those doorways and put some boundaries up, put some walls up. Maybe the walls are too high and you need to erase some of those walls and let there be a doorway. So think about your blueprint. Think about your inner blueprint. Think about what you want others around you to see when you don't know that they're watching. What do you want to teach your children? What do you want to teach those that are around you? What do you want them to see? You know, I'm not going to, I'm not going to get into a whole political thing with what happened this weekend, but I will tell you, this was human life. And if you agreed with what happened this weekend, it says a lot about who you are. That's all I want to say. I'm not going to say I go one way or another. But if you were looking for a worse result, or you agreed with what happened, you need to do an inner journey. Okay? So, what in your mind would clarify that? You know, I'm just going to go past that. So it is manifesting, right? manifesting your inner goals, your inner potential for your outer goals and your outer potential. What do you want? What do you want to achieve? Who do you want to bring with you? Okay? But it is setting those goals by clarifying the goal, setting an intention, consciously and subconsciously. You can't just say it, you have to feel it. It is determine the actions of sacrifice. I need to put love into this. It's removing all obstacles that is in your way. Outwardly, inwardly. Employ efforts and a program. What am I willing to put into this to make it happen? Perseverance. Don't give up. Patience. Right? Be patient. I don't know that I have ever spoken to anyone in my entire life that says, oh, I have patience. I will wait for whatever. No, none of us are patient. And if you are patient, God bless you. And detaching from the results. If the results weren't exactly what you thought they should be, learn from it. Don't look at it as a failure. Look at it as a learning experience. So, my friends, my fellow manifestors, my inner potential growers, what are you looking for? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to give to the world? Right? I used to tell my kids all the time that the biggest thing that you can do for someone and the least thing that you can do for someone is pray for them. Set a goal of intention. Because we don't know what's going on in anybody's mind. We don't know why someone is sitting in a red light when it turns green and they're still sitting there. Don't automatically assume, oh God, they're on their phone. Maybe they're on their phone because they just got a phone call about something horrible. Set the intention. Send love out into the universe. Manifest love. That's funny. So what they just showed me, I don't know how I can explain this. So when you make bread, you have to put yeast in it. And then the bread rises. So what you manifest in love is the yeast that causes the world around you to rise. Pretty good, huh? That's them, not me. So, be the yeast. Rise up. Accomplish. Be proud of. Send love. Help others. Be kind. Okay? So, manifestation. Inner goals. Tuesday Talks at 10:30. What are you thinking? Pretty cool, huh? So this Thursday night, Hip Gypsy Emporium, gallery reading. July 29th and 30th, Bel Air, Maryland. Some privates available. Intimate reading, I'm not sure what's available. August 1st, Camp Hill, Pennsylvania at Crystal Cove Collectibles. First time at that venue. August 15th, Zoom gallery with Rose Claire. If you are not in the area, you can Zoom and get and participate in the gallery reading. There are no guarantees that you will receive a reading, but it will be a guarantee that you will receive some type of a blessing from hearing other readings. Let's see. Then the Women's Retreat, October 17th, 18th, and 19th in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Come with us. Have that intimate girlfriend stuff going on. All right? So, that's it for this morning. Think about manifesting. Think about what you want and allow yourself to grow. So I pray that you all are living the life you love. You're loving the life you live. If not, guess what? You're the only one that can change it. Manifest with the best. Bring out the best within yourself. All right, guys. I will see you next Tuesday at 10:30 with Tuesday Talks at 10:30. Evidential Medium Stacey Needenthal. Share the page. We've got a lot of really cool things that are coming up that we'll be bringing out very, very soon. But join us. Come along with us as I manifest this. Take my hand and let's go. All right, guys. I'll talk to you next week. Peace out. I love you all. Have a great and wonderful day. And see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.